But we will be doing a little information in the beginning and then going through our week and planning that day by day. So thank you for joining me on a Sunday. I know it's kind of outside the normal schedule. This week and next week it will be on Sunday as well. So next week it'll be Sunday too. I'll make sure that I post that announcement as well. But first of all, I want to get started by talking about how we can do all the posts. We can have the perfect feed. We can have all the stories. We can do all the reels, and it might not even equate to your business. And here's why. Like, you might not see growth in your business, and here's why. So I hear a lot of the times where people are like, I'm doing all this posting and I'm not getting any interest. And that's because I'm going to use the analogy of a car. The exterior of the car can look lovely, right? It can be perfect without blemish, have the perfect paint job. It can even be like a luxury car. But if the engine doesn't run, you're not going to go anywhere. And the engine of our business is our IPAs. So IPAs are income producing activities, and I'm going to break down some of them and kind of show why it's so important to do these specific things. But if you're doing all the posts and all the reels and all the stories, but you're not seeing growth in your business, chances are it's because you're missing the key component of building relationships with people on the back end. So again, the outside of the car can look nice. You can have the perfect feed. You can do, you can have everything look beautiful. You have posed pictures. You're showing up in your stories every day, and you may gain some interest. But if you're not building authentic relationships with people and connecting with people that are like-minded with you, they're not going to trust you. They might trust the fact that you're showing up every single day, but if you're not taking a genuine interest in them, they might just see this as you're just trying to gain something from people. So I'm reading The Slight Edge again for like the third time right now, and it is one of the best books that I recommend reading, and I don't have it in my office, unfortunately, so I cannot tell you the author, but you can Google The Slight Edge book, and it is one of the most phenomenal books because it breaks down simplicity as to why some people are successful and others aren't. And the reason that the 5%, thank you, Jeff Olson. Yes, I was like, it starts with a J, but I don't want to say the wrong name. And what happens, I'll just give a brief synopsis, but what happens is people reach a point usually in their life where there's some tension. So obviously you join this business for the fact that maybe there was some tension in your life. Whether that's you aren't making your ends meet, or you weren't making your ends meet, or maybe like your job was just becoming exhausting and you have the vision of wanting to retire yourself from a 9-to-5 job or whatever that might be look like. There was some tension in your life, right? So when people reach that point of tension, what they'll do is they'll do all the things they're supposed to do. And then they'll reach a point of success. And this is why you see so many people that will come in on fire and then they'll fizzle out. Because then once people reach a certain point of success, they stop doing the things that got them to the successful point in the first place. And here's the thing. Some of those things are so mundane and simple that you almost don't equate it to success. So for instance, the IPAs that I'll go into detail about, but they're easy to do. The things that are easy to do. And I'll give you like the example of, it's easy to like get maybe not for some people, but it's easy to like know what foods to eat if you want to lose weight, right? But it's just as easy to not eat those foods. And the same goes with your business. Like, it's easy to do these IPAs, but it's just as easy to be like, oh, I'll get to them tomorrow. And then what eventually happens is you start going on a downward slope, because tomorrow becomes the next day, becomes the next day, becomes the next day. And then you find yourself back to a point of tension again, instead of you just continuing to do those things that you initially did and continuing on an upward trend, instead of this like roller coaster cycle that so many of us are on. So what are these easy things that we need to do? And again, these things are super simple, and you almost overthink them because they are so simple that like, oh, there's no way that is going to make me successful in my business, but they really do. So the first thing is showing love to people, commenting on others' posts. That is the very first thing. That's super easy to do, super easy not to do. So what does that look like? It looks like, trying to build a back and forth conversation with somebody. If they visited somewhere, asking them what their favorite part of it was. If you see an outfit that somebody has, asking them where they got it, complimenting people, congratulating people, joking around with people, laughing at the funny things they posted, and then relating to them in some way. Like it's just like if you were to have a conversation with somebody like in face to face, but it's over you using text on your phone. So going to people's posts and demonstrating a genuine interest. How can you expect people to love on your stuff if you're not doing the same for others? So showing love and commenting on others' posts. Finding like-minded people. So this would be with groups and hashtags. So if you're on Facebook, it's obviously joining groups with like-minded people. Try to be as specific as you can, and then commenting and providing your own posts as well in those groups. So providing insights so that you're connecting with like-minded people, and that's how you're going to grow your network. Hashtags, same way, looking for specific hashtags that deal with what you want, not just hashtag mom of three. Like, let's get a little bit more specific. Christian mom, fit mom, mom of boys, toddler mom, kindergarten mom, teenager mom, like whatever, getting a little more specific so that you can relate specifically with those people, and then commenting on people, even if they don't follow you and you don't follow them. It's a way for you to gain followers and build relationships. So finding like-minded people. The next one is building deeper relationships. And the way that we do deeper relationships is by commenting on stories. So replying to people's stories, it gets you right into Messenger, which you can build a more in-depth conversation than people are willing to do over their posts for everyone to see. So replying to stories, or just even chatting in Messenger. So you see a post that somebody puts out there, and then you actually send them a message and say like, hey, I saw your post and I relate to that so much. Like, this is what happened to me. Or, hey, I saw your outfit that you posted. Like, where did you get it? So transitioning that comment, instead of putting it on their wall or their timeline, and putting it into Messenger, where you can build a little bit of a closer relationship with people. And then the last piece is demonstrating care. So this is where following up comes into play. So following up with people maybe that you had sent them out a sample, following up with people that already are your customers or even your promoters, like demonstrating that you truly care about people. And all of these holistically don't have to be a ton of things. It can be like you comment on 5 posts every single day. Like, that doesn't take a whole lot of time. You comment on 3 people in a hashtag, or you comment on 1 group post and then you post yourself. Like, these aren't things that take you hours upon hours of time. They're very simple things. But if you're not doing them every single day consistently, that's where you'll see fall off in your business. When you're doing them consistently, you put into play the compound effect, which I know a lot of people talk about. There's books about it. It talks about it in that specific book that I referenced. The compound effect is, it will build momentum because you're continually doing these things. Now, obviously, you don't want to comment on the same 3 people's posts all the time. Like, you want to switch that up, but that shouldn't take you very long. Commenting on 3 stories a day, that doesn't take very long. And then following up with 2 people a day does not take very long. So these are very simple things that when you look at them, you're like, oh, that's really simple to do. But again, it's just as simple not to do those things. And that's when you'll see like your customers fall off because you're not following up with them. That's when you'll see engagement on your posts drop because you're not demonstrating an interest in other people. That's where you see your growth in your social media isn't going anywhere because you're not going outside of your friends list to connect with other people. So they all are intertwined for the growth of your business, for the engagement on your posts, and for the continued success with your business with the current customers you have. So again, commenting on others' posts, like 3 to 5 a day, finding like-minded people, join a group or engage in a group at least once a day or twice, or once a day or every other day. Not very hard to do. Searching a hashtag and just commenting on 3 people that have utilized that hashtag. Commenting on 3 stories a day. And then following up with 2 people a day. Those things are very simple to do, and they should literally take you 15 to 20 minutes tops. And that's a very small portion of your day. So I've been doing this challenge with some girls in my team, and I've been giving them these specific things to do. And I am doing them as well, because I'm not going to ask my people to do something that I am not doing myself. It literally takes me 15 minutes. It doesn't take very long. So I just wanted to say, like, you can have all the perfect posts, you can post all the right things, but if you're not doing these essential things to have an engine in your car, you're not going to go anywhere. Because your car can look beautiful, but if the engine isn't running, you're just going to sit there and you ain't moving. So I just wanted to give that reference today. And then we'll go into our week right now. So Monday for Facebook, we're going to do an engagement post. So this is where you'll kind of build some momentum in your post, and then those people that comment on it will then see your stuff the rest of the week. Because what Facebook does is, it's basically, I heard this analogy from John Eric. He's like a social media guy. You can find him on Facebook, but the analogy that he gave was, Facebook algorithm is like a toddler, and all it wants to do is make mommy happy. So it's going to take, it's like, oh, this person and this person are having a conversation with each other. They must like one another. So I'm going to continue to show this person's stuff to them. That's what happens. So when you're creating an engagement post, your goal is then, like, the people are going to see your stuff throughout the week. So we're going to do ask a question or ask for an opinion that either relates to your niche or something that you have going on in your life. So not something stupid like, do you like hot dogs or hamburgers better? Something like that people are actively going to engage with. So you can ask for, like, what is your favorite legging brand if you're like a fitness person? Or you can be like, what type, I don't know, just insert anything else, like any problems you're having with your children, any problems that you're having specifically. Like, I'm getting really sick of making the same dinners. Like, give me your dinner ideas. Like, super easy things that you can do that are just going to create conversation within that post. Instagram, we are going to inspire. So you can utilize a quote, go onto Canva, create your own quote, or you can do a reel. What kind of things do you think it's important to teach? I guess elaborate on that, and I'll get back to that. A reel. You can do a reel on Monday for Instagram. Sorry, lost my train of thought. Stories, talking about capsules on a Monday morning is kind of a no-brainer. I feel like that is like one of the main things. Like, I have a customer that all she orders is capsules because she needs them every single morning. So you can either talk, you can either show your capsules, but don't just show your capsules. Make sure you put a little blurb next to it, that sort of thing. Tuesday, Facebook, it is Auto Bonus Day. So if you have an auto bonus, talk about your auto bonus every month. If you do not have an auto bonus, talk about how the company provides this for people. Oh, thanks. I just saw your comment. That makes sense now. If you do not have it, talk about how the company offers it at the second rate. Super easy to obtain, and how that's like a huge relief for a lot of people. And even if you want to keep your same car, you can still get paid for it. Instagram, we're going to teach. So we're going to do a carousel or a video, however you want to teach something. So this can be you are expanding on a topic. This can be that you're showing a recipe. This can be that you are how you help your ADHD kid learn. Like, I don't know, whatever your specific niche is, teaching people something within that. Stories, we're going to talk about the $25 off promo because it ends, is it the 14th? I think it's the 14th. Yeah. So talk about the $25 off promo. You can reference my stories if you want. I have something like that you can utilize, but talk about how people can get a discount either on a specific product or on the 3 steps. Wednesday, Facebook, reel or live video. So if you don't have the reel capability. Let's do a live video. It can be something super quick. It can be something like you're bringing on another thriver to share their story. You can share your personal thrive story, or you can do a reel. Instagram, reel. Stories, middle of the week slump. So you can talk about the middle of the week slump that a lot of people have. Like, it's Wednesday, it's the hump day of the week. You're not quite to the weekend, but it's not quite Monday, and how your 3 steps help you with that. Or you can do, what is your nighttime routine? So do you use balance? Do you use rest? Do you use recharge? Like, whatever your nighttime routine is. Thursday, Throwback Thursday again, or Thankful Thursday. So Throwback Thursday, you can either do your own Throwback Thursday, or you can take a story from the Lavelle fan page or a friend of yours that you know and share their throwback. Or Thankful Thursday, what is something that you're thankful for that this business provides you? So is that it's the community, new friends that you've made? Is it that it's the flexibility that you can work this wherever and you don't have to leave your house? Is it that it's just giving you the opportunity to think bigger and really grow as a human? Has it impacted you financially? Thankfully, that you're thankful for that. Again, words are hard on Sundays and Saturdays. Instagram, a photo of you or your family, etc. And we're going to share a little bit about ourselves. So maybe that's a specific situation that you've went through. Maybe that's something that you're going through for the week, like a struggle you're facing. Maybe it's something that you've overcame and you want to provide some information. Maybe it's just like introductory, like, hey, for those of you that are new here, this is a little bit about me. So share with a photo of you, family, something that's nicely done. Stories, we're going to do, this is for Thursday, a patch highlight. So I think we did something similar last week, but I think it's really important for us to show that we have different things that can help different people. So talking about the different patches, you can take the photos from the Lavelle fan page. You can take photos from the back office, which is something that I did, and just like saved them. But talking about how we have different things to help different walks of life, any walk of life, and what they specifically do. So you don't have to have like all those patches on hand. Friday, we're going to do Flex Friday or Sample Friday. So I don't consistently do Flex Friday every single week because people are like, oh, again, she's doing the same thing. So I kind of like to switch it up and do like a freebie Friday, a Flex Friday, or a Sample Friday, and just go through that rotation. But so you can do a Flex Friday or a Sample Friday. Sample Friday can be super simple, where you just say, like, if I were to send you 3 days of Thrive, would you provide me with feedback? Or you can show yourself packing it up, or you can go live and talk about it. Or your Flex Friday, just make sure your patch is showing, and don't just say like, on Fridays we flex. Like, people are like, huh? Like, they don't understand. So make it something that the person reading the post, it would relate to them. So like maybe it's you're explaining what you're able to do, or that it's the end of the day and you've been able to accomplish all these things, or like whatever. And here are some of my friends that it's helping too. And then allow other people to post their pictures. If you can, I would recommend not tagging a bunch of people, because it not only ruins your algorithm, it ruins their algorithm. So if you can, I would recommend just sharing your link on like a group chat or something like that, or with a couple friends, and say like, hey, can you please just post your Flex Friday picture for me? And this allows people to see that you're not the only one thriving. So that's the whole purpose between Flex Friday. It's not to show your patch off. It's to show that there are multiple walks of life that utilize this product. So Instagram, we're going to do a reel. Lots of reels this week. And I do have a batching video about how to batch your specific reels. So you can refer back to my YouTube page, but batching them is simple as like recording a bunch at one time without utilizing the words yet that you're going to put on for the captions, and then just going back and adding captions and posting for the day. Stories, Packing up or mailing out samples. If you do not have samples on hand, you can just talk about what's included in the sample. And then I'm sure there's somebody, again, where there's a will, if you have a will to want to do something, there is a way, and there's somebody that's willing to help you. Don't always give your product away for free, please, for the love of Pete. Don't do that. Put some value on your product, whether that's $15, $20, $25, whatever your preference. If you're customizing it, like I always say, I customize my samples, and so therefore I put the value on them. And I rarely get situations where people are like, no, I don't want to pay that, I thought it was free. And if they say that, I'm just like, okay, bye, Felicia. Like, I don't even care. I sent out 4 samples this week, and every single one of them paid. So the way that I utilize the text, maybe I'll just put it in here for you guys in the chat. This is what I always say. And I don't usually get objections. So there we go. Hopefully it doesn't fall. Stay. So Saturday, we're going to highlight another thriver that you know. So maybe it's somebody that's had a significant change. Maybe it's a bestie that you've met in the business and just talk about how this allowed you to meet new people and build relationships with. We're going to highlight another thriver in some way that you know specifically, so you can tag them. You can tag one person. I don't recommend taking a bajillion people when you're doing a Flex Friday, but one person, it shows that I'm truly friends with this person. I really know who they are, and they're not just some photo I pulled off of wherever. So highlighting a specific thriver. Instagram, you can do a reel, or you can teach with a carousel. Or you can teach in your reel, like whatever you want to do on Saturday. It's kind of like a fun day. I try not to like overthink Saturdays too much, because I always have a lot of stuff going on. So I assume a lot of other people do. Stories, do a this or that Valentine's Day edition. So if you go into Canva, I know I talk about Canva a lot, but it's such a great tool that you can use for your business to create your own content. And you click on stories, they have an example of a this or that Valentine's Day in there. I was like, oh, look at that. I'm going to use that. So this just bumps up your stories. It gets more people engaging in it. And then Instagram and Facebook will like populate that out to more people, because they're like, oh, basically what's happening is when you're having people engage with your stories, it's telling the algorithm that, oh, people like this, let's show it to more people. So that's what happens. That's the purpose behind doing a this or that. Or like a poll series is what I call them. So perfect. I'm leaving a couple minutes for questions open. Feel free to save that. And obviously I put their name in after the hi. I just don't leave it blank. That sample and plug in your own price that you want to do. But I figure if you use the equation of roughly $5 a day that we spend on samples, it equates to about, if you're getting your product for free, you pay like $5 for shipping. And then the 3 steps for one day is $5. So that'd be $15. But if you're getting your product for free, you're not paying that. So I try to do it where I'm paying for the shipping and I still have a profit. And I do all 3 days of all 3 steps. Personally, I know some people do 2 days of packets of capsules, tell people to take one day and one the next day, and then 2 shakes and do half and half and full, and then 3 patches. I know there's lots of different ways. It's just your personal preference. I personally get these little organza bags on Amazon, and you get like hundreds of them for $7. They're like little drawstring bags. I put all the steps in there. I buy paper straws for super cheap off of Amazon. Again, you pay like $6 and you get hundreds of them in different colors, or all in the same color, whatever you choose to do. I put little straws in there, and then sometimes I'll throw like a plus line item in there too. So that's what I personally do for my samples. And then just get 6x10 bubble mailers, maybe $20. And that's what I use. So like on my shipping products, it literally is like 30, $40. That's it for hundreds of them. So I have bubble mailers coming out of my ears usually. Okay, no questions. Thank you guys again for fitting in with my schedule. I hope this wasn't too much of an inconvenience for everyone. I will post the recording within a couple minutes, and it will be in the announcement of this Zoom. And I'll see you guys again next Sunday.